We are at the third room. Headquarters consists actually of the 3 columns that the whole brand is consisting of: our event series, our record label, and of course the new studio. I'm actually living downstairs. I combine working, living all together. The first thing I'm doing is turning on the coffee machine, drinking my coffee, then playing a bit with my son, then slowly T3 members such as Almedino, Lara coming to the office. We're sitting here talking about our to-dos, where we're actually planning the events, talking about creative ideas. Also, all the records are stored here, which we are sending out via Bandcamp. Of course, we have also a distribution, like any bigger record label has. It's distributed by Triple Vision. And in the end, this headquarters is the main meeting place for all the T3 members. And it was logically to say that also we're going to build the studio within this floor to have everything compact in one place. When I saw this room, it was clear to me to create out of this room a hybrid studio. Hybrid studio means simply to record, mix and master music. This is happening all at this desk and at this place. And on the other side of the studio, there will be the chance to stream DJ sets, live sets, in the same room with the same speakers. So we have 2 different setups. This studio is a room-in-room construction. It was designed by Dennis Bush from Acoustic Spaces. It's floating on its own construction, means it's decoupled, that's the right word for it, from the outside building. Imagine a shoebox. Turn this upside down and you're putting this shoebox into a room. And this shoebox is floating on its own ground, own floor. It has its own resonating body. You know, we have a double sealed door and you can here have kind of a loudness of a club if you want. Of course, not good for the ears if you do it many hours. And to outside, nothing goes outside. Okay, let me show you around the gear that is placed on this desk. This desk is actually custom made by Session Desk. I wanted to have on the side racks, but also in the middle racks, and also this custom made color. Lavender, I think you call it in English. It's the color of transformation. So basically, on the left side, as you see, there's still pretty space for gear, but it's pretty simple. This solid state logic MIDI controller is made for controlling the DAW. And if you want some automation with the faders, they are motorized faders. You can also control plugins with it, but I'm basically using this for automation within Ableton, more creative and intuitive mixdown. The middle left side, it's pretty self-explanatory when we see this. This is the mastering chain, not the whole chain. On the right side, there's also here the tape emulator, but basically I have stripped down my gear to essential stuff. Every unit is just doing one thing and it has to do the best out of it. Expensive gear, but very efficient gear. We have the Mazalek EQ. This is maybe the industry standard regarding EQs. It's a 4-band EQ. Then I have the Fazzo. It's a tape emulator. This is actually at the beginning of the chain. Here I can decide the amount of saturation and mojo. And what is very helpful is it has a dynamic EQ for the highs. We have also here the Vertigo compressor, which is actually maybe the best VCA compressor I have used so far. The word transparent is used a lot, but I think this is a very transparent and very nicely built compressor. I can really recommend the brand Vertigo. An insider tip, I don't know, it's the cheapest but really mind-blowing hardware. It's the SPL Vitalizer, it's the MK2. Now the MK3 came out, maybe I'm gonna check it. But just the stereo, I'm using it for stereo imaging. It's pretty awesome. And also here using a bit the EQ for the highs to give this air. It's an additional air band, let's call it like this. At the end of the chain, there's also my Rupert Neve tape emulator. This is actually where I'm getting this tape feeling, and also I'm driving here the signal a bit hot. This is also a thing for actually loudness. This makes records larger than life. And especially when I'm using this chain, what I want to avoid is to use as less as possible the limiter. It's the FabFilter L2, but like a lot of mastering engineers are using it. Gain staging is a huge topic regarding mastering. And the less the limiter works, the better the job you have done actually. Also, this depends also on the material, of course. If the mix is really unbalanced and really low and heavy, the more the limiter has to work. So on the right side, actually, you have a complementary 500 series desk. Everything is connected to the SSL X desk. Means the SSL X desk has 8 channels, and here we have, okay, I have only 6 preamps because I don't need the 7 and the 8 channel, because this is where I'm using the modular, and the modular is actually loud and powerful enough. You have here the preamps and the equalizers connected directly to the mixer. So 8 equalizers, 8 channels. I'm recording with the X desk, where you can also connect up to 3 send returns, effect pedals, additional parallel compression. And this is the way how I'm recording. When I'm recording music, I'm doing the sound processing as much as possible out of the box, that what you are recording has the highest quality and the most finished version of the recording you can do. And with Ableton, I'm trying to do not that much post-processing with Ableton or with plugins, because it's actually a downgrade regarding sound quality. I'm doing more creative decisions in Ableton. I want to have the best possible recordings outside of the box and recording with Ableton, and then just doing the simple arrangement. Yes, well, the speakers are from PMC. This is a British brand, and they are actually, together with ATCs and maybe other brands, the industry standard in studio production. Yeah, they're actually pretty mind-blowing. Still, you have to admit that regarding sound quality in a room, like a lot of people saying this, and I think it's true, that what is more important, a good sounding room or good speakers? Of course both, but if you want to give them a weight, I would say 60–70% it's still the room and not the speakers. Long story short, I have made my research and said, okay, I want speakers built into the wall, and I didn't want to have additional subs. So you need kind of a certain dimension for a 3-point system where the subs are working on their own and not having additional subs in the room, which makes actually the tuning of the room much more difficult. So this was the decision to get the PMC's A2. They're actually pretty new. They have a built-in DSP, so you can actually tune the speakers within their own equalizer and additional inputs whatsoever. So you can actually configure the speakers within their own system. This room doesn't sound dead. It sounds actually pretty lively. And mostly people think record studios or professional mastering grade studios should sound dull or dead. That's actually not true. The main difference compared to the other studio is that here Dennis Busch worked with a conception of the German word called Helmholtz-Resonatoren. In simple words, this whole room consists actually of boxes of wood, and they're tuned to certain frequencies. And so the whole room is actually tuned according to the speakers and to its size. It's not like that you're just trying to absorb everything. You're trying to tune the room. That's the whole difference. You're in the room and the whole music is happening around your, not ears, but also your body. Here I'm doing the decisions based not only on what I'm hearing, but also what I'm feeling. You can feel actually the music, and that's a different approach of how you're mixing or mastering music. And another thing about the desk is that the space you have here, like we have also like a keyboard place here, but I'm actually putting, you know, the keyboard here. We have a sequencer for torso, and here you have this additional place where you can actually put your hardware on it. You know, drum machines, synthesizers, whatsoever. All the gear I'm buying is actually have to be small. Like I'm using more expanders and drum machines with own sequencers. So this is the place where you can actually put all your gear. And on the other side of the studio, actually where the diffusers are, on the rear side, we have the DJ setup for CDJs. We have this rotary mixer from Alpha Recording System. This mixer is tuned to the monitors. Pretty amazing mixer actually. And we have also here this effect pedal for the mixer, the send return. Where we are staying and where the monitors are, there's actually a 4-meter distance, and everybody knows the more far the monitors are, it's harder to do the beat matching actually. So what you're hearing out of the headphones And what you're getting from the speakers, there's a slight delay. And to be precise, there's actually 12 milliseconds of a delay. We have here this headphone output. It goes into this digital delay. And actually the signal of the headphone is coming 12 milliseconds later. And then again, it goes into a headphone preamp. So this means pretty simple that now what you're hearing on the cue is on the same timing as the monitors. All right, that's it. That was a little introduction to our new studio. And if you have any questions about anything in this room, gear, equipment, how the studio is set up, just hit me up in the comments.